Port Road, 722, our major sponsor for Centrebouts. I have with me alongside me, it's a pleasure to introduce Sean Kemp. Sean, welcome to Centrebouts.
G'day John, good to see you again.
Lovely to see you again.
After all these years.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah.
For those out there listening, Sean and I were talking before we come to air. It turns out that Sean played at Henley when I was running around with a gentleman under Rod Hill. Rod was the coach, I was the team manager, the runner, general dog. I played good cop, Rod played bad cop. I'm allowed to say that about Rod, he's one of my best mates. And Sean played with us, and then when I was coaching at Flinders Park, Sean also played there. So tell me about your footy background, I'm interested.
Yeah, so going back probably to the age of about 12, started at West Torrens Football Club and pretty much grew up there. As Dad was coaching the 19s, and then he went on to the reserves and then the league as well, under Andy Bennett. So I grew up there and played through all the ranks, and then went to the Eagles when West Torrens amalgamated with Woodville. Enjoyed some seasons there, and then finished up at North Adelaide. From there I was going to go to Sturt, but what happened was Dad came back to Adelaide from coaching in the Riverland and said, come over to Jeps Cross Footy Club and play with us there, and couldn't say no because the great late Lauren Shackey,
God rest his soul,
was part of the team as well. So we migrated over there, and we enjoyed a minor premiership, which funnily enough was against my childhood club, Flinders Park, which we both were part of at the time, many years ago. So I guess that was the end of it for me. Some injuries, and just I kind of fell out of love with the game, and thought the best thing for me to do would be to play music. So I found a new passion, which was playing the drums. So I joined a band and went on from there. So 20 years went by where I didn't really engage with Aussie rules at all, even though I would still talk a little bit to Dad about it. I sort of didn't as well, and focused mainly on music. That was my new discipline. So when I play football, I played the game hard, and also played under some great coaches and players as well that went on to play AFL and hundreds of games for AFL clubs, and just was in a situation where I thought, well, I just don't really want to be sort of part of it anymore. I was mortified to find out 5 years ago that Port won a premiership, but had to deal with that at the time. So what happened was, John, was 5 years ago I was approached actually by someone here in Adelaide about the Reclink Community Cup. So 20 years had gone by, but funnily enough, and I was talking to you about this off camera, which was in 1999, I was doing one of my first tours with my band, and we played at the iconic Esplanade Hotel in St Kilda.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Where they used to host rock crews.
Yeah, I think they still do.
So unfortunately it's been axed, but that's a sad thing for Australian music in my eyes.
Yeah. And part of the tour that I was on, we actually played at the ESPY, the Sacred Heart Mission Community Cup. I didn't know what it was, but obviously being a former footballer, I was quite inquisitive as to what it was about. So I started asking a few questions, and they told me all about what it was about, how it was about supporting disadvantaged people in the community. At that time in 99, they were sort of maybe like 10 or 11 years into the cup, and all these great musicians and media were all part of it in Melbourne. So after that, the Community Cup was pretty much the only form of football I would sort of keep tabs on. So there's some media people here in Adelaide that would actually go over every year and be part of it, because it was just such a big party. So I sort of kept tabs on that, and then 5 years ago in 2014, after years of, will it come to Adelaide, will it not come to Adelaide, will it go national, will it not go national, we finally started it here in 2014, and I was the first to be at the training session, along with one other person, and her and we had a kick around, and I remember she said to me, this is going to be this is going to be massive.
Yeah, it's massive. It's massive. Because it started in 1993. I don't know whether you're aware of that, in Melbourne.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, okay, I'm going to promote another show here, but AFL 360, which basically run at the same time we do. Robbo and Gerard Waitley promoted it every single year.
Yeah.
So I did know it existed. I had seen it, but I didn't realise until going to the website that it's now a national event, which I think is fantastic.
Surely is.
And fantastic for what it does. Now, it's going to be on August the 4th out at Norwood Oval, or Cooper Stadium.
Yeah, Cooper Stadium, which obviously is Norwood Oval, August the 4th. And we're looking forward to it again. Every year we make sure that we, pull quite a few people, and it's always a great event.
Yep, absolutely. No, and look, and I see that they have several different events and several different challenges. Last year they ran a pie night. We're hoping to support that if they do that again this year.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to the people about it. So who will get on board this year?
Well,
apart from your good self, I mean, the famous drummer Sean Kemp.
Yeah, nice.
I've always been to your different drum when I coached you, so
I was a bit of a tear away for sure, doing my own thing.
Yeah.
We're still locking all of that in at the moment. But we've had some of Adelaide's biggest bands part of it, and also I can't really give too much away. It's kind of early days, but there's going to be I hear in the grapevine quite an iconic.
We won't tell anyone.
Of course you won't, no. That's why I'll just keep it a secret. A very iconic Adelaide performer is going to be appearing at the game.
Yep.
I can't say too much because, well...
I know Elizabeth Barry and Peter Plus, right? From our childhood.
You got it. Yeah, Peter Plus is going to be there, and Baz McDougall as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I just want to touch on something. You've referenced your father now.
Yeah.
Des played at North Adelaide, he played at the Eagles, he was a fantastic coach.
Yeah.
Won a premiership with Chips Cross, won a premiership with Redmark in the Riverland.
He did.
And I reckon he was the last under-19 coach of the Eagles before the amalgamation.
He was, yeah.
And then after the amalgamation, I reckon Terry Homan, who interestingly enough coached Henley to a couple of premierships at A-grade level. Terry would have taken over for a few years. Yep. And your dad coached the Eagles reserves as well.
Yeah, to the final West Torrens premiership.
That's
the
last West Torrens premiership before the amalgamation.
Yeah.
Your dad's it.
Oh, look, Dad's been a massive influence on me in regards to my coaching, and he pretty much taught me the game. And I spent my childhood kicking footballs with Bruce Lindsay and Andrew Pays and Dominic Fotier and all of all the legends of the West Torrens Football Club. Funnily enough, Jeff Graham, Jeff Graham, who used to play, his lad now plays at Richmond, who's in the Richmond scene.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, that was me growing up. I knew nothing different than every Saturday I would be at that club.
Yep.
And also, Dad was really supportive too with my own football and always around giving helpful tips. Saying that, like, he was a bit sort of standoffish in regards to my playing because he didn't like to give me too much advice.
I was going to say that. That's I've coached two sports for over 40 years.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting that your dad. I mean, even when you were playing with us at Henley and at Flinders Park, your dad was always there, but he never ever came over and said blah 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 blah.
No.
Their parents and people over the years who thought they knew more than me when I was coaching. They probably bloody did. But they'd come and give their 2 cents worth. Some of it was warranted, some of it wasn't. But your dad had this ability to separate what he was doing from what you were doing and allowed you to be your own person.
Absolutely, and I never got a chance until my final year of football to play under him and to see actually how he coached. And I learned so much from him in that year that even though I took that 20 years off, all that still stayed in my brain and became muscle memory. And to be in a team with someone like Lauren Shackey, who was a brilliant player of the game.
Yeah, and his son's now playing for the Bulldogs.
His son plays for the Bulldogs, yeah. And I'm hoping to meet him at some stage. I haven't seen Bianca and Josh, who are Lawrence's children, I only knew them as little kids.
Yes.
So I'm really hoping Rachel, their mum, has assured me that we are all going to meet at some stage, which will be amazing because Lawrence and I were really, really good mates, and we played footy together as well. So to see sort of how Dad coached him and also other players obviously as well was something that I learnt from, and will always stay with me. So I've I have used a lot of Dad's techniques and his coaching to teach the players of the Community Cup on how to play football.
Beautiful. So the Community Cup will be held on August the 4th at Kemp Stadium at Norwood. Yeah. We will be there. I'll be volunteering for the event. I'll do my volunteer registration tonight. At the end of the show, we'll put the links up for anyone else who wants to volunteer, wants to support us. Sean Kemp, thanks for joining us on Saturday.
Thank you, John. Good to see you again.
Lovely to see you too.
Yeah, thanks to Centre Bounce as well for having me tonight. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, we will drive this. We will drive this until it comes up, and so we'll be talking about it every week. And looking at your website when the acts that are going to be involved start to come on board and promote that as well.
Right.
Look, I have seen this. It's a great initiative. One we're happy to support, and fantastic for you to come in tonight. We'll go to a break from 7:22. When we come back, we're going to talk AFL. Back soon.